fine folks. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me here. First video here today is about happiness and observations on its nature. It's complicated. Initially when I thought about doing this video, I was like, well, I know what to say. But then I started doing some research and I found out that happiness is not a general concept. It's not just something you can look up a formula to. You know, we can discuss some stuff about it, but money, people, situations, these things aren't really going to make you happy. The only person that can make you happy is you. Through a lot of consideration and forgiveness, happiness is obtainable. Now, science tells us, when I did some research, genetically, 50 to 80% of people are influenced by their genetics as far as happiness goes. 20 to 50% of your happiness is about as much as you can expect that your actions will make a difference on. And all this stuff that I'm reading from now is from a survey done by marketing people, not the government. So I'm a little more likely to believe them. You know, I mean, they're the ones that really need to know as far as making money. So, you know, their agenda is to make money. So they want their results to be accurate. As far as money goes, making people happy, this research said people below the subsistence level, you know, where you're used to not making it, and all of a sudden now you have money. So yeah, that kind of makes you happy in one context of the word, but the kind of happy I'm talking about is the kind that bad news doesn't shake, that you can inspire others with. You know, happiness in your life, it's inspiring, it's motivating. Another statistic here is people who earn success, which is status quo for our current social model. They feel like working, that they've added value to their life and other people's lives, and I can see that because, again, happiness is a perceived feeling. You know, it's something that we don't always feel. It seems some people are happier when they're richer than those around them. I'm not going to really comment on that. I think it speaks for itself. But this is the extent of the science that I'm going to cover here. I'd like to, at this point, mention a few ideas and concepts that actually helped me obtain some degree of permanent happiness. You know, some realizations and some soul searching that helped me personally. Don't know if it can help you. Only you can decide what you want to believe, and that's a big part of this. You know, you gotta try and help yourself, help others, stay positive. Let's see. First thing, you know, people talk about me, they talk about what I'm going to do, they talk about what I have, what I want. I think, and for me, a big step in really becoming happy was to kind of let go of my ego, you know, and it's still challenging. Everybody has problems with it. You know, we're born to respect our ego. But when you're to be happy, you kind of got to let go of that. You know, you got to try and think about these other person's feelings. Hopefully they will too. I mean, it really doesn't matter whether they do or not. You're following your path. They're following theirs. All you can do is stay true to your path. And sometimes you have to take a lot of guff and just swallow it with your pride. You know, let that go. Just let it go. Enough about that. You can think about that and come with what you want to think of it. Okay, and another thing that helps, acceptance. If you're always wanting this, you're always wanting that, and you know you can't do it, then try and give that up. Just accept where you are. There's a reason for where you're at. It's basically a cosmic school of teaching you life lessons. Hopefully we learn from them. Hopefully we share what we learn with each other. I mean, that certainly helps. It helps me. Another thing, it sounds corny. I know it does, because most of my life I said, well, how corny? How can that possibly work or help anyone? But I kind of had a change of heart in the last few years. I don't know if it's because I'm 60, a boomer, and I'm thinking about, well, there's a lot less days left than there have been. So, I've kind of considered things a little bit differently. But something called a universal love. It's not the kind of love that you'd have with your girlfriend. It's more the kind of love you'd have with your dog. You just give yourself, you accept their faults, you work with them when they're having issues. Show them some love. All I can say is try it. I know it's corny, but if you try it, you're going to open some doors, you're going to feel better about yourself, and that's another factor to being happy. So it's worth considering. I know it sounds corny, believe me, but there's power in love. It's one of the higher vibrations that we have. It can help us save ourselves in the future. It's something we're going to need to do. Love your brother. Excuse me. That's better. Universal compassion. Number 4 on the hit list. That's like love. Compassion and love are similar, but compassion is when you put yourself in their place more, I guess, and try to understand what's happening on their path, and maybe walk with them a while on their path. You'd be surprised how much that would change. It helped me. These things all helped me because I was a real SOB, and maybe not so much now. I don't know. Let's see. How about, I have a concept about negative and positive energy that I like to share. It's just something I've thought of, and through observation I can see that kind of influence in it. Negative energy, negative people, negative agendas, they're all trying to change something for what they want. Either that or they have other issues that they need help with, and we need negativity to balance the good. But the thing about negativity is it's aggressive. These people, agendas, things, are actively trying to change their world to their agenda. And that includes us and our behavior and what we want. And you guys can see this in modern media. I hate to say government because I don't want to get on the wrong list, but I think you know what I mean there as well. And they seek to change things to the way they want them, regardless of how we feel about it. And that's kind of negative and it's aggressive. On the other hand, positive people, positive things, are happier letting things happen. They're not trying to change the outcome unless it's to make it better. And I guess these negative people think they're making it better for themselves, but I mean making it better for everyone. What we need to actually do and interact as humans. We're all connected anyway. We are one. So we need to try and look at this person that's having trouble making their dream happen and hopefully have some compassion and, give them a sandwich. You know what I mean? Do what you can. And again, once you do this positive thing is kind of paying it forward to where new doors will open. New opportunities for you to see these things even more and to be even happier. And at one point, no one will be able to break through your happiness armor. Because of this love and compassion, you'll simply see it the way they do and try and get on the same page with them to discuss and disarm whatever these issues are and work together. Now I sound like a preacher. I don't mean to. But I feel these things in my life, and I hope that you'll have the opportunity to at least experiment and try this stuff. It can't hurt to try, right? You just try. So staying positive really improves your chances of being happy. And it improves the chance of making other people happy. It's like a contagious disease, only in a good way. When you get upset, it's going to happen. Happens to me. It's very challenging. One of my biggest challenges because I've always had a temper, always quick to anger. So when you have this issue and you feel the anger building inside you, and this is from experience folks, trust me, try and in the moment, freeze time. That's easy to do up here because you can think really fast, especially if you have to react quickly. Step outside your body. I always picture myself, everything stops like Professor X when he stops everything, and then I step outside my body in this timeless point to avoid reacting emotionally, which I would normally do. So here I am, all of a sudden I just stop and I freeze thinking, well, what am I going to do now? So I look at this and I say, what's making me mad? And I think about it for a second, and generally it's something I see in this person that I'm reacting poorly to, that I don't like about my own life, about something I see in myself. And that's what's making me mad. So I look at this and I say, well, here's an opportunity for me to learn about myself and about this other person. And I'm doing this in a millisecond. I'm doing this in this time frame when Professor X has everybody stopped and no one's moving, no one's talking. So I figure out, okay, so what am I going to say to diffuse this and try and make a positive outcome for both of us on this? Yeah, it's tricky and it's quick and sometimes you just can't do it. But you should try. We should all try. Okay, so now I got something to say, something not reactive, something cerebral to tell this person. So I jump back in my body, and hopefully I've done it in time where they haven't called an ambulance because they think I'm having a stroke. And and I try and approach the situation that way. And that's just me. I mean, everybody's different, and I can't share what you're going to do or how you feel. I can just share what I've got, and hopefully you'll see some of that in you. I don't know. I hope so. That would help me as well, also, folks. I got to tell you. I have to tell you, more than ever, these things that you see me talk about on these videos are things that I struggle with daily, 24/7. And I know it's tough, but it is rewarding. And I think it will help us in the future to move on to a better place. But certainly what we're doing now isn't working extremely well. So I just wanted to share a short section about happiness and its nature, and aggressive good, passive bad. Think about it. Maybe check back on the video and see if I've left something out, or if there's a hole on some understanding here. Please comment. That's what I need. I need to talk to you guys and try and get a feel for it. I've recently been told that I was a boomer. I was totally surprised. Me, a boomer? I knew that. I understand that. And I think some of the younger people of today may underestimate boomers. I mean, I know boomers are how things got to where they are today, but it wasn't everybody. It's these same group of negative agendas that are selfish and greedy that are helping to put people down, to hold people down, suppress, keep them sleeping, if you will. I don't know. I'm just some observations that it could at least maybe be that way, but I don't want to go into that. That's another video. I always do this. I just wanted to mention that all these things are factors in happiness. If we can only manipulate 20 to 50% of our emotions, well, 50% is pretty good. So I'm thinking that anybody can attain a certain amount of happiness that would be to the point where people don't affect them so much if they can just think of the love and compassion factor, put all these things together, work with it, see if it helps. Let me know if you like these videos. I've got more of this stuff, but I don't want to throw it out there unless someone's really interested and it'll help. So let me know what you think. Appreciate anything you do, and you come comment on our videos, and please enjoy them. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for coming. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.